You ready?
Yes.
Going live now. Test the mic.
Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Sound clear to me because you're sitting right next
True.
to me.
Do I need to pull?
Yeah, we got 3 people going.
Oh, we're live right now?
Yeah, we're live right now.
It's always weird because we don't have a flashy intro for this show. So
No, it's kind of here. You could say, let's start the show. And
Deet. Let's start the show.
okay. You're good, man. Say hi to whoever's on here.
Hi, everybody. I thought we had an intro last time.
We do.
Oh.
You just say right now, we go right in the show, and then the intro comes, and then it goes.
Okay.
To the thing.
All right.
Terribly. We're
Terribly.
here and everything, so let's start the show.
We are here. It is Friday. We made it to Friday.
Yeah.
Hopefully everybody had a pretty good week. It's been an interesting one here at the store.
Right.
It is going to be another huge FOC week. There's a ton of stuff. Thankfully, we are not doing an entire month of DC acetate covers on this one, but there's still some great stuff that we're going to go over with you. All the stuff that we're going to show you here in a second is on Final Order Cutoff this coming Monday, which is September 16th.
Yep.
Most of these books ship out to us on October 9th. So again, we've got that kind of it's almost a month. It's 3.5 weeks, almost a month for buffer time. But this is our last chance to adjust our orders either up or down before we receive the book. So if you're interested in any of the stuff that you're going to see on this list, make sure that you comment pull if you would like us to just order you 1 copy or 10 copies of whatever book it is that you want. Or you can type sub and we will add that book to your subscription for your hold slot here at the store so that you won't miss anything. We're going to have some one-shots, and the one-shots are only pull books. We can't subscribe you to that stuff, but we'll get to that when we get to that. The other thing that we want you to do is make sure that you like and share, and if you haven't already, I think we're at 60 subscribers.
60 subscribers.
So we only need 40 more subscribers on our YouTube channel, which is, we'll have the link after the fact here, youtube.com/channels/ bunch of letters and numbers that I don't understand.
Yeah, I'll add it back into the post, or I'll do a single post
Cool.
with just our YouTube stuff.
But
start this here?
you basically have all weekend to watch this, and let us know by Monday at 5 p.m. Let's kick it.
Do it.
It's raining, but not here.
Always raining, we're off, man.
That's right. Favorite part of that whole damn movie.
What's
right
your
there.
plan for tomorrow? Are you
See,
a
he's
leader,
summoning
or
all
will
the
you
FOC
follow?
books.
Are you a fighter or will you
Smart.
cower? It's our time. Take back the power. What's your plan?
Pow! First off, shout out to Dom for all of his magical mystery digital wizard. Dom Pacheco is in the house. You got your close to your camera? Yes, I love that.
Yeah,
it's like we're tag teaming it because you're over there, except you can't see my hand. Dom, I'm gonna pass this to you. Oh, look at that! He scored a Spell on Wheels #1. It's great. I love it.
That is great.
It's like we're on a website. Okay, I just went over all this stuff. I'm gonna reiterate it one more time. All the stuff that we're going to show you here is on FOC this coming Monday, which is September 16th. The books are going to be here at the store on October 9th, so roughly that 1 month buffer. If you would like to guarantee that you get anything that's on this list, please let us know via Facebook Messenger, phone call to the shop, just not right now because we're doing a show. Email works. We've got a couple people that email us. You can comment on this post right here. You can comment on the YouTube channel, and I want to just reiterate that also one more time. We only need 40 more viewers to be able to change our URL on YouTube to something that is shorter, more concise, and easier to regurgitate for folks.
The other one's gigantic.
It's nuts. It's BANANAS. I don't know. I don't know when they changed that too, because that's no fun.
No.
It's no fun. I forgot to wear my green shirt, so I blend in with the background today, but that's all right. Okay. The rules, well, there's not rules, but if you would like to get any of this stuff that we're going to talk about, make sure that you comment, subscribe if you would like us to add that title to your hold slot and get all of the future issues of that book. If you would just like to order a copy and still have it in your hold slot here at the store, you can type pull and then the quantity and then whichever cover you would like, and we will order you 5 copies of the Warren Liu. Holy moly, the Warren Liu Harley and Ivy variant for issue number 2. We're going to get to that in a second, though.
Show us?
It's on here. It's gonna be up
Cool.
here. So that's what we're doing. Comment sub in the title, and we'll get it on your subscription. Comment pull and how many copies and which cover you would like, and we will just order those for you on a special order. Okay, you got it? If you have questions, feel free to shout, interact with it. We'll get to it. We're gonna dive in because it's a big list this week. From Dark Horse and in stores on October 9th, we've got Spell on Wheels Season 2, Volume 2, Number 1. It's a 5-issue miniseries. This is the sequel to Spell on Wheels, which I want to say came out like 2 years ago. But it's written by Kate Leth, and it's got art by Megan Levins and Marissa Louise. So, Spell on Wheels, there's a trio of witches. They return in this follow-up cross-country journey. Andy, Claire, and Jolene find themselves back on the road when a dark presence from out west possesses Claire. As they follow the I-10 towards danger unknown, the group grapples with phantoms, family drama, cryptids, and crushes. So, if you dig, what was the TV series that had all the witches in it? Charmed. It's kind of in the same vein as Charmed or any of those other witchy kind of movies. Spell on Wheels may be for you, and I believe that we still have all the back issues here at the store from the previous series, so you can catch up on that one and jump on this series. Spell on Wheels Spell on Wheels 2, number 1 of 5. It's a 5-issue miniseries from the folks at Dark Horse. Okay, now we're going to roll next. We've got so for the month of October, DC is doing their Infected variant covers, which ties into the end of Deceased, as well as it's very fitting for the month of Halloween. So up first, we've got Batman and the Outsiders number 6 with at first glance, you would say, oh, that's a cool Mattina cover. Guess what? It's not. That cover right there, yeah. Did you think it was Mattina?
Yes.
Yeah. Steven Segovia is knocking it out of the park.
Skull?
No, not Skull. Oh my God, that would be great. I would love to see him draw infected Batman. That'd be great. Or even just see an infected Steven Seagal.
Wow.
As he roundhouses you in the face.
Roundhouse!
Pow! That was Jean-Claude Van Damme, I guess, who was the Roundhouse King. I don't know what Steven Seagal was. He was just smooth. He just talked like this. It's very, very quiet and low-key. And then he would punch you right in the neck. Okay, so Batman and the Outsiders, number 6. This is the Infected cover by Steven Segovia. While their mission has been a success, the Outsiders don't feel like winners. Measures are taken to deprogram Sophia and understand the extent of her abilities, while Ra's al Ghul's power and influence grows enough for him to establish a new league in Kadim, unsullied by distractions and temptations of the earthly plane. If you would like to just order a beautiful copy of the Steven Seagal... Look at Batman's broken-ass finger. I just realized that, and that looks terrible. Uh-oh. Got a little feedback. If you would like to order a single copy of this beautiful cover right here, you can type pull Batman and the Outsiders number 6 Infected variant, and we will just order you one copy. If you'd like Batman and the Outsiders on your pull list, you can type sub Batman and the Outsiders. Okay? Next, this is crazy. I'm excited and also nervous about this next one because we have Warren Ellis writing The World's Greatest Detective. This is Batman's Grave number 1. It's a 12-issue maxi series written by Warren Ellis with art by Brian Hitch. The main cover right here on the left is the Brian Hitch cover. The cover to the right is by Ji Hyung Lee. There's also going to be a blank variant for Batman's Grave number 1 of 12 that I don't have an image of because it's a blank cover. But Batman must try to inhabit the mind of a murder victim to solve a case without filling the empty grave next to those of his parents. Can Batman imagine the life of a corpse with a half-eaten face without dying himself?
Wow.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
Pretty brutal.
Warren Ellis and Brian Hitch from Wildstorm and a slew of other amazing things reunite in this maxi series about life, death, and the questions that most are too afraid to ask. Batman's Grave, number 1 of 12, maxi series. So you can say, if you just want to pull a copy of number 1, see what it's all about, you can say pull Batman's Grave, either cover A by Brian Hitch or cover B. Are you working the other side? Nice! We're double teaming this by Ji Hyung Lee. If you would like it added to your subscription, you can type sub Batman's Grave and we'll get you all 12 issues. My trepidation with this series is that Warren Ellis is not always the timeliest of writers. So I'm hoping that this doesn't get horribly delayed because it sounds awesome. There's actually a preview of this on the Diamond site that I am going to print off so that we can read it as a staff, and we'll let you know what our thoughts are as well. Yeah, me too. We can try to get ahead of it a little bit. All right, next up from DC in stores on October 9th, we've got an awesome Infected variant cover for Detective Comics number 1013 right there by Mr. Tyler Kirkham. Mr. Freeze is so close to reviving Nora, but Batman can't let it happen because he's a jerk. Mr. Freeze, that's not in the copy. That's just me adding to it. Mr. Freeze has never been more vicious or more deadly. There's nothing more dangerous than a desperate man with a cold gun, and Gotham City is going to learn that firsthand. Mr. Freeze is a villain that doesn't get enough action. He is a cool character. I think the Arnold stigma from Batman and Robin kind of ruined that. Chill. Now is the time to freeze. Like, come on, let's get over that. Victor Freeze is freaking cool.
Von Freeze.
Victor Vaughn. So variant cover right there, the Infected variant from Detective Comics number 1013 by Mr. Tyler Kirkham. Okay, we're featuring a lot of these Infected variants because they're pretty cool. The next one is no slouch. If you want to scroll me up just a hair. This is badass because this is actually a cover swipe of Flash number 123, classic Flash of Two Worlds covers, where where Barry meets Jay Garrick kind of for the first time in a meeting of excellence. This is Flash number 80. This variant cover is by Mr. Howard Porter. The Hunter and the Hunted Part 1 starts in Flash number 80. Barry is hurt. His connection to the Speed Force is fading fast. With the Speed Force dying, the only person that can save it is Hunter Zolomon? Hunter has returned to prove he's the one true Flash, and he doesn't care who gets in his way. But who's left to deal with the rogues? Captain Cold has assembled the newly amped up rogues to tell them about Lex Luthor's offer, but are they willing to take it? So, if you want to jump on what sounds like an awesome new story arc,
this cover. I'm not understanding what's going on.
I don't either.
I don't know what that bottom half is about.
So in the original cover, it was a guy at a construction site who was getting like a girder was going to fall on him, and so the two Flashes from the different worlds were rushing to save him from being crushed by this I-beam. Here, it looks like Flash is yelling at this guy. Maybe he threw the I-beam at him. I don't know what's going on. But we got Darkseid's Omega symbol on the brick in the background. I don't know what's happening. It's a cool cover though, especially if you own Flash 123. So.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. You ready for this? So anyway, let me jump back. If you would like to subscribe to the start of a new story arc, you can say sub Flash, and we'll get you the regular cover. You could say sub Flash variants. We'll get you the Flash variants. If you just want the Infected variant for Flash number 80, you can type pull Flash 80 variant, and we'll make that happen for you. This is what I've been talking about. When DC posted these images for the next book last night, I was like, holy crap! I don't know that you can beat an art germ, but this comes really freaking close. Okay.
Want me to move it up?
The first one that you're going to see right here. Yeah, go ahead and scroll it up.
Take myself off because it's like I'm in the middle of that.
Well, it's fine. This is Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy number 2 is in stores on October 9th. It's on FOC this coming Monday. Harley and Ivy are on the run with the Florionic Man hot on their trail. Desperate for Ivy to understand her connection to the Green and join his new Parliament of Flowers. That sounds pretty awesome because the Flower Parliament showed up in Justice League Dark, when Cersei was kind of helping the Justice League Dark fight against, what was her name? God, I can't think of her name. The lady with the three faces. Hecate. That's what it was. They were fighting Hecate, and shit was hitting the fan. Knowing Gotham isn't the safest place for them under the new Bane order, Harley takes a hard left down a rabbit hole to seek sanctuary with a former patient and colleague, Jervis Tetch, also known as the Mad Hatter. But his Wonderland home isn't all that it seems. So right here on your screen, we have the main cover by Mikkel Janin, which is no slouch. I mean, that's pretty badass. Florianic Man right there in the background, and Harley and Ivy taking a bat and stuff to him. But wait for these two.
Holy crap.
Yeah, exactly. Those are the variants by Mr. Warren Liu. The Harley variant on the left, the Ivy variant on the right. Phenomenal.
Wow.
If you're not already subscribed to Harley and Ivy for the variants, this should put that on the map for you. So there's 3 covers for issue number 2. Main cover at the top by Mikkel Janin. Harley variant by Warren Liu, Ivy variant by Warren Liu. Number 3 is going to continue this same kind of whatever they're doing. So 3 is going to have an A cover. Yeah. 3 is going to have an A cover by Janin. The 3B cover is going to be by David Finch for both Harley and Ivy. But these two, man, those are something else.
Yeah.
If you would like to subscribe to Harley and Ivy, you can type sub Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy. If you would like to pull just the variants, you can say pull Harley and Ivy variants. We'll get you those going. If you want multiple copies of those, you can say pull 5 of each or 10 of each, whatever you want. Just let us know before 5 p.m. on Monday the 16th. Okay? This next one is also, I think this is my favorite Infected cover so far. This is the Infected variant for Hawkman number 17 by Mr. James Herron. He's so creepy. His red, creepy, beady eyes sitting back and his like scully teeth. It's good. Lex Luthor gave Shadow Thief the power to defeat his archenemy, Hawkman, but too bad for the Shadow Thief that Hawkman received a gift of his own from a much more formidable foe, and now nothing can stand in Carter Hall's way. That's the Batman who laughs. Spoiler alert.
Really?
Yes. Because Hawkman's one of the infected. Hawkman, Supergirl, Mr. Terrific, and I can't remember who the other, Blue Beetle. There's somebody else.
They're all in that.
So Batman Who Laughs is putting his own army together to fight Apex Lex and the villains of the DC universe. So this is going to come to a mountain head very shortly. But this is the Infected variant by Mr. James Herron for Hawkman 17. If you would like to subscribe to Hawkman, you can go ahead and say sub Hawkman. If you would like to pull just a copy of the Infected variant, you can say pull Hawkman 17 variant. We'll get you set up. Here's another big one this week. This is DC Year of the Villain, The Joker, number 1. The crazy thing about this book, it's a one-shot, just like all the other Year of the Villain books are. $4.99 cover price, Philip Tan cover. There's also going to be a blank for this. It is written by legendary film maker, I guess, John Carpenter.
Wow.
From The Thing, from Halloween, you name it. This is going to be extra special. What's the Clown Prince of Crime to do when the world has started to accept that doing bad is the only way to live? He's got to outbad everyone else, of course. The Joker is on a mission to get his mojo back and prove to the world that there's no greater villainy than the kind that leaves you laughing. Written by John Carpenter, as well as by Anthony Birch, who is the kind of architect behind the Borderlands video games. Killer cover by Philip Tan. A blank cover is also available. $4.99 for this one shot. This is not something we can subscribe you to, so please comment, pull Year of the Villain Joker number 1 if you would like to get a copy of that. Okay? Next from DC, we've got a little mini-series, if you want to scroll up for me. This is Ruby, number 1 of 7, which is based on the Rooster Teeth web series, Ruby. It's written by Marguerite Bennett. It's got interior art by Mirka Andolfo, who did Unnatural for Image, and is killing it right now. She's got another independent series coming out as well. In a world rife with monsters known as the Grimm, the prestigious Beacon Academy trains the next generation of hunters and huntresses. Follow the adventures of Team Ruby, comprising of Bruiser Yang Zhao Long, Elegant Weiss Schnee, stealthy Blake Belladonna, and courageous leader Ruby Rose as they protect the world from all manner of grim. Main cover, which is right there on your screen, is by Sarah Stone. There is also going to be a variant cover by Mr. Jim Lee, but we don't have artwork for that yet, even though it's on cutoff this Monday. So if you would like to subscribe to that, you can say sub Ruby. You can say, cover A, cover B, whichever one you'd like. If you'd like to just pull a single copy to see what it's about, please type please type pull Ruby number 1, and whether you want a copy of cover A or cover B. Next up from DC, also in stores on October 9th, we've got Superman number 16, featuring the return of the Super Sons. John and Damian teaming up, but John is now 5 years older, thanks to Brian Michael Bendis, and he's sitting on the biggest decision of his young life. Damian and John team up again for a rip-roaring adventure and a huge catch-up. These two best buds have really needed each other, and now they're back. Main cover on the left there is by Mr. Joe Prado and Ivan Rice. The infected cover on the far right is by Jason Masters. It seems like Superman is always holding up the globe from the Daily Planet. Like, they might want to get rid of that sort of thing. I didn't put it on this FOC, but Superman Year 1 number 3 is also on FOC this week. And the main cover by John Romita also has Superman holding the Daily Planet globe. So you would think with something that's going to be that treacherous, just get rid of the damn thing.
Right.
Stop putting it up there. Zombie Superman. I love how the planet globe is reflecting all of the characters. You've got Lois there, you've got Perry, you've got Jimmy, you've got all the characters from the Daily Planet in the reflection of the globe, while creepy zombie Superman is getting ready to crush them with that big old globe. So sub or pull, those are your options. Sub if you'd like it added to your subscription. Pull if you would just like a copy. If you were a fan of the Super Sun stuff, we can certainly just pull you a single copy of this to make sure that you don't miss out on the catch-up with the aged Jonathan Kent. Okay, next from DC, going back to the world of metal, we've got Scott Snyder. He's got a series of one-shots. They're on the box, they're on the table right there. They're all sorted. I haven't invoiced anybody, but it's all there. Tales from the Dark Multiverse, Batman Nightfall number 1. It's just a one-shot. This has a cover price of $5.99, but listen to the solicit for this thing. Don't miss the twisted tale from the pages of the game-changing event from Dark Knight's Metal, as well as from Batman Nightfall. 30 years after Bruce Wayne was broken and failed to take back the mantle of the Bat because Azrael took it over, Jean-Paul Vallée, now known as Saint Batman, has turned Gotham into the city of his dreams. In his new order, killing has become commonplace and criminals live in constant fear, all in the name of justice. But just when all seems lost, a new hope for Gotham City rises, the Son of Bane. So that sounds fantastic, and I can't wait to read that book. This is another thing where I think we have an advanced copy. We're going to have to pass that around and get everybody to read it.
Well, you don't read it.
I don't. But I read the advanced things that we get because I can do it on my laptop or my phone when I'm in bed at night. So, Tales from the Dark Multiverse. This is a one-shot. However, there are going to be several of these Dark Multiverse one-shots that are going to come out. So if you would just like this one, make sure you type pull Dark Multiverse number 1 and we'll get you a copy of that in your hold slot here at the store. Now we're done with DC. You ready for this next one?
I'm ready.
Yes. Cobra Kai Karate Kid Saga continues.
Jason Ballas just came on.
That's fantastic, which is a new ongoing series from IDW in stores on October 9th. This is part 1 of Johnny's story. See the Karate Kid in a whole new light in this retelling through the eyes of Johnny Lawrence, 2-time All-Valley Tournament champion. When the new kid makes moves on that girl that broke Johnny's heart, he vows to settle the score and win back her love, or so goes the story that Sensei Lawrence tells his students nearly 35 years later. Written by Denton Tipton from X-Files and illustrated by Kagan McLeod from Infinite Kung Fu, this comic book series is based on the YouTube original Cobra Kai series. If you're digging that, if you love the Karate Kid, there are 2 covers available. The cover on the left is the main cover. Cover on the right is the photo cover with Johnny putting his headband on.
I think they have a Sensei Crease one.
I don't know.
I would have been all over that.
I know.
Sweep the leg.
Sweep the leg. Put him in a box. body bag, Johnny!
Give him a body bag.
So if you'd like to subscribe to Cobra Kai, you can type sub Cobra Kai. If you just want to pull a copy of number 1 to see how ridiculous and irreverent it is, you can say pull Cobra Kai numero uno with your cover of choice. Pretty fun though. It's kind of exciting. Okay, next, you guys saw some of this last week. We still don't have it all. So Spawn 301 was pushed back from FOC last week to this week in hopes of getting more covers available. We still, in the same nature of Spawn 300, we still don't have the regular A cover by Todd McFarlane, but we've got a bunch more, so we're going to roll through those really quick. It is now going to be in stores on October 9th. This on the screen right there is cover B by Mr. Greg Capullo. If we scroll down one, we've got the cover C, which is the Virgin Greg Capullo cover. Next up, we have D, which is Jason Sean Alexander. You guys saw that. That was one of the covers that was in for last week. This next one, though, cover E, is by Mr. Clayton Crane, which is pretty good, except I don't like how big his leg is right there in front above the Spawn with all the spikes on it. It's kind of weird. Maybe it's just a perspective. But, Clayton Crane, if you're a Clayton Crane fan, there you go. Spawn 301 by Mr. Clayton Crane. Next, we've got cover F by Jerome Opeña. This one also was not available last week when we did our first run at FOC. Next, we've got cover G. If you want to roll me down one, there is the Matina cover. You guys saw that last week. That was available last week. Same thing with this next one, cover H, which is the McFarlane parody cover. The cover swipe to Spawn, or to Amazing Spider-Man 301. We do not have cover I, which is the black and white McFarlane. It's going to be the black and white version of cover A, so we'll get that when we get that. K right here, this is the trade dress Alex Ross variant.
Wow, I got Alex Ross.
Yes. He did. He technically did two, because K right here is the trade dress, and then L right below it is the Virgin Alex Ross. So you have two choices. Cool. Yeah, I like the Virgin on that one. That one looks really good. This one wasn't in last week. We've got the cover M by Bill Sienkiewicz. If you want to roll one down, right there. Old Sinkowitz. That's Sipowitz. Bill Sienkiewicz on cover M. And if we roll down one more, we've got the Virgin Sienkiewicz cover. It's okay. It's not my favorite thing he's done, but it's a good Spawn. This next one, though, impressed me a whole hell of a lot. This is cover O by Mr. J. Scott Campbell. This was not available last week. That's a good cover.
That is a really good cover.
I like how it looks like he's got the three versions of him springing out of his body, and his heart is right there in the middle, and the 301 is in backwards letters, like it's going to summon a demon. So that's cover O by Mr. J. Scott Campbell.
Freaking demon.
I know, right? Cover P right below it is the Virgin J. Scott Campbell. So you lose the trade dress, you lose the 301 and the image logo.
I actually like it with
I do too. I like the trade dress better on that one.
It's really cool.
And I like how the Spawn logo is it's kind of neon above, and I like the trade dress for that one. And then last but not least, cover Q, which is the blank cover.
It's missing.
It's just a floating logo right there right in front of your eyes, Dom. And that's it for Image. We're going to go through Marvel now. Up first from Marvel, we have the facsimile edition of Amazing Fantasy 15, a complete, exact replica of AF-15, first appearance of Spider-Man. If you don't know, the Spider-Man story is not through this entire book. There's like 8 pages that are all the Spider-Man story. But if you ever wondered what the heck else is in Amazing Fantasy 15, now is your chance. It is a $4 cover price for AF-15 facsimile edition. Pretty cool, though.
I can't remember. Is it this story, or is it Batman story where he beats up the woman abuser?
I think that was the Batman story.
I think it's Batman story.
I believe.
As much as I remember.
Yeah. Next up from Marvel. So Marvel for the month of October is celebrating Mary Jane, because there's a new Amazing Mary Jane series that is going to be launching. It's not on FOC yet, but you will see it as soon as it is. This cover, however, is the open-to-order Mary Jane variant from Mr. Greg Smallwood for Amazing Spider-Man number 31. This issue is also an Absolute Carnage tie-in. Everybody who has ever worn the Carnage symbiote has a codex, including Norman Osborn, from his time as the Red Goblin. Can Spider-Man save Norman from Carnage does he want to? And what other surprises are held herein? So ASM number 31, the Mary Jane variant from Mr. Greg Smallwood. It's a great cover. I really dig that cover. Just cover price, which should be $4-ish, I think, $4 or $5. But if you would like that in place of the regular cover, just let us know. You can also say pull or sub if you'd like ASM on your pull, on your subscription, and then if you'd like a single copy of that particular cover. Next up, we've got Dr. Doom number 1 with 2 open-to-order covers. The first one that's right there on your left is by Mr. ACO, who worked a lot in hand-in-hand with Greg Capullo and stuff like that. The variant on the far right is the Mary Jane variant for Dr. Doom number 1 by Mr. Cliff Chang, which is pretty cool. I love that, like, all of the different Dooms are escorting her down a staircase, and she's kind of dressed in Doom garb. It's a good cover. I dig it. So Dr. Doom is written by Christopher Cantwell, who is the writer of *Halt and Catch Fire* on TV, and as well as *She Could Fly* for Dark Horse. A new monthly ongoing series, Victor Von Doom's scientist, sorcerer, disfigured face, twisted soul. He's been spending much of his time warning against a $1 trillion global effort to create the first artificial black hole. Wrestling with visions of an entirely different life, a better future, Doom finds himself at a crossroads. A catastrophic act of terrorism kills thousands, and while he is the prime suspect, Victor will have to push his unexplained thoughts aside and focus on remaining alive as the title of most wanted man is thrust upon him. Left with no homeland, no armies, no allies, indeed nothing at all, will the reign of Dr. Doom come to an abrupt halt?
Good.
You can find out Dr. Doom number 1. Pull or sub. If you'd like it on your subscription, you can say sub Dr. Doom. If you'd just like to pull a copy of number 1 so you get it and see what it's all about, you can either choose the A cover with the face or the B cover with Mary Jane on it. Okay? Next up, from Marvel and Star Wars, we kind of mentioned this on the stream sale last night. Their gap filler between Last Jedi? Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker is this comic book series right here. So this is Journey to Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker, Allegiance. Before the events of the new movie, hounded by the First Order across the galaxy, the Resistance is in dire need of ships, weapons, and recruits to make a final stand against Kylo Ren's forces. Desperation drives a delegation led by General Leia Organa and Rey to entreat the rebel veterans' one-time allies, the Mon Calamari, to join the fight. That's pretty cool. That's Admiral Akbar's clan right there. Right. But decades after Imperial occupation enslaved their planet, there are those willing to stop at nothing to prevent another war from bloodying the waters of Mon Cala. So, Star Wars Allegiance, which is the kind of bridge between Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker, I want to say it's a 4-issue weekly miniseries that's going to come out starting October 9th throughout the month of October, leading into the release of the new movie that's coming out in November for the holiday season. So, I know, me neither. Quick. So, because it's a weekly, let us know if you want it. Please subscribe to it because we won't be able to order it correctly because of the fact that it is a weekly comic book. Number 2 will be on FOC next week. Beautiful main cover there by Marco Cicchetto, who's been doing all the covers for the tie-ins to the movies. Okay? Next up, we've got Loki number 4 with a great Mary Jane variant cover by Jen Bartel. Loki's death has been foretold by the Children of Eternity. The Fear Lord Nightmare has come for vengeance, and among the Frost Giants, rebellion is brewing. Is even Loki clever enough to stay one step ahead this time? Perhaps now that he's cursed with a brand new power that will forever transform the Marvel Universe's most dashing scoundrel as he begins a new journey into the biggest mystery of all. So that is Loki number 4. It is the Mary Jane variant cover by Jen Bartel. Let us know if you would like a copy of that by commenting pull Loki number 4 MJ, or if you want it on your sub, comment sub Loki. Next up, we've got Miles Morales Spider-Man number 11. We just mentioned Mirka Andolfo. She's doing the interiors on the Ruby series for DC. This is her Mary Jane variant for Miles Morales number 11. Ultimatum, which is Miles' new bad guy, is here, and New York doesn't know what hit it. In chasing this mysterious man from a mysterious place, Miles finds himself in a very awkward situation involving his uncle. And when something huge happens, Miles finds himself with a dilemma that could threaten everything Miles holds dear. I hope they're not going to kill his uncle, too. That would suck. If both Peter... But I could see where that would be.
See what they're trying to do.
Yeah, exactly. So, Miles Morales, number 11. Number 10 came out this week. It introduced Ultimatum. If you would like Miles added to your subscription, you can type sub Miles, or if you would just like a copy of the Mirka Andolfo MJ variant cover, you can type pull Miles 11 MJ. Okay, last one from Marvel. We have Web of Black Widow number 2 with an awesome Mary Jane variant by Mr. Ben Oliver on FOC this week. This is also a great point in the story. This is a 5-issue miniseries. Soldiers, assassins, lovers, the Widow and the Winter reunite. Natasha and Bucky have a history as long as war, companions since the Widow's earliest days in the Red Room when both were trapped in the service to the wrong side. It's one of the greatest and most tragic love stories of the Marvel Universe. Now the world will try to get between them once again, and with the Widow missing memories, she may find herself losing the only person who would have forgiven her for what she has to do next. So this is Web of Black Widow number 2. This is the MJ variant cover by Mr. Ben Oliver. If you would like a copy of that, please type pull Web of Black Widow 2 MJ, or if you would like Black Widow on your subscription, type sub Web of Black Widow. Okay, now we're moving on to Boom. Boom has got a Buffy event coming up, the start of which is right here. This is Buffy the Vampire Slayer Hellmouth number 1, which is just a one-shot, but this is going to tie into stuff with Buffy and with Angel. So Buffy's got one job: to keep the forces of hell from coming to the Earth through Hellmouth. Here's the bad news. She might have failed. The mistress Drusilla and her ally Spike have found a weapon to open the Hellmouth and unleash unspeakable evil across the town and the world. With time running out, she's got to team up with a new ally that she doesn't fully understand or trust, the vampire/vigilante known as Angel. Can these two find a way to work together before the Hellmouth opens, or these two decide they might be each other's greatest enemy? Written by Jordi Belair and rising star Jeremy Lambert from Doom Patrol, as well as Eleonora Carlini from Go-Go Power Rangers. A massive first event from the Buffyverse, and there's some cool covers for this. So number 1, the A cover right there is by Jenny Frison. It is, unlike most of the other Boom variants or Boom one-shots, which are $8, this one is just $3.99. We've also got cover B down below with the very photorealistic Sarah Michelle Gellar right there on the cover, which is done by Mr. Kyle Lambert. And then cover C on the far right there is the connecting cover, which is done by Kelly Matthews. That cover is going to connect to Buffy the Vampire Slayer number 8, as well as Angel number 5. And this event is going to run, I think, from October through December, I want to say. So it's going to be 3 months worth of Buffy and Angel crossovers. This is the jumping on point, so if you don't want to miss out, make sure you type pull Buffy Hellmouth one shot with whichever cover you would like. All 3 of those are open to order.
B?
Or C for connecting.
Oh, that was clever.
That was clever. Okay, we're getting down to the end here. We've got 2 books left from Aftershock. We've got Shoplifters Will Be Liquidated, which is awesome. The pitch for this is Judge Dredd if he worked for Amazon. Okay?
What?
Exactly.
What?
The largest retailer in the world requires the best trained loss prevention staff and security offer. Nussbaum defends the company interests at any cost. Life, human rights, rational thought are all secondary concerns, but his world is upended when he finds a society living under a retail outlet, a culture that challenges his notions about consumerism and sense of self. Judge Dredd if he worked for Amazon as a loss prevention specialist. Right?
That's crazy.
It sounds insane, but it also sounds kind of fun. So, I am Amazon. I am Prime. Yes, that's perfect. All right. Last but not least, from Titan Comics in stores October 9th, we've got Robotech Remix number 1. This is a brand new ongoing Robotech series. Whoa, what happened to the images on that one? I don't know what happened.
Pull this stuff over. Let's see what I can do.
It's fine. We can go over them all. It's no big deal. There's 5 different open-to-order covers for Robotech Remix. Robotech's reborn from the ashes of Event Horizon. New writer Brendan Fletcher from Isola and Batgirl. and Motor Crush and artist Elmer Damaso from Robotech Voltron and the Marvel Mangaverse. Boot Up Robotech Remix, an all-new series that will take beloved characters and iconic mechs to places fans have never seen before. Okay, so cover A is the cover that is right here. This is cover A, right here. Cover B is the one that's to the right of it. Those are both done by Elmer Damaso, who is the interior artist on the series. Cover C, which is the one with the pink lady on it, is by Rico Renzi. Cover D is the action figure variant cover. And last but not least, you have cover E by John Lamb. There's also cover F, which is a blank cover. That's why you can't see it, because it's secret. It's white. So if you would like to subscribe to Robotech Remix, please type sub Robotech Remix. If you would like one of the 6 available covers, you can type pull whichever cover tickles your fancy, and we will make sure we have that set aside for you. And then the final thing that we do here, we have your complete list of all of the comic titles that are on FOC this coming Monday. This thing right here. Where am I? No, you're good. I'm just going to hold my finger here. Oh, that's
there. You go.
Okay, so that item code right there is Diamond's item code. If you take that and copy it into a web browser, it will pull up the cover image of that particular book from Diamond's Previews website. So all you got to do is highlight and then right-click, and then you can search in Google or whatever your preferred search engine is to pull up any of these images that we have not gone over during our FOC write-up. But you can see the entire list of books that's on FOC this Monday. We got tons of stuff. It's a huge week. Vampirella Red Sonja #2. We didn't talk about any of that, but that's okay. If you're interested in any of this stuff, I can't emphasize, let us know before 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time on Monday. We can get you whatever it is that you'd want. But we have to know. If you don't tell us, we don't know. We can't order it for you. Last thing, again, to reiterate, make sure if you haven't already, give us a subscribe on YouTube. We're, what did I say, 60? So we're 40 people away from being able to change our YouTube URL to something that is way more user-friendly and easier to give you on the fly.
Right there.
What's that? Oh, here we are. This is our YouTube page. You can just search for Hall of Justice Comics and Collectibles. You can see all the videos that we have posted so far. If you guys want to see videos, let us know. If you want to do like a grading walkthrough, if you want to know more about how CGC works, we would love to show you all that stuff.
We should do a CGC one.
And be able to do that. Yeah, absolutely. We can do that. Comics are weird. They're not like beauty videos. They're not like unboxing videos. We can't exactly read to you a comic book. I know that there are some channels that do that.
Seth up here, and he can just read the comic book
comics to you. So if there's something that you would be interested in learning about, I think grading would be a good one. I think that the CGC process would be a good one. Let us know. We'll do a video.
We can do that.
Angry
comic reading.
We're trying to. I hate this. I hate everything. Let us know. Let us know in the comments what you'd like to see, how you'd like us to cultivate more of our YouTube channel, and we'll do that. We have the talent. We can do that. Dom is a wizard. He's a computer wizard, so we'll make that happen. Okay, that's it. That's all. That's our FOC show today. Have a great weekend. It's supposed to be beautiful out. I'm John.
I'm Dom.
If we don't hear from you, that's it. Looking over here.
We'll see you guys.
See you guys. Have a great weekend.
Knock, knock, let the devil in, malevolent as I've ever been. Head is spinning, this medicine screaming, dick, 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 medicine.